Hello and welcome to 6 Degrees of Feature Film. I am Rex Manning, also known as Brienne, also known as Miss Movies.
And I am who should I be?
I don't know. Who do you want to be?
Um um
You could be someone from Train Spotting.
sure. I'm Begbie. I'm
You
sick
could be
boy.
Warren Beatty.
I'm Warren
There we
I'm
go.
Warren Beatty.
Whoa.
Shoplifter.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa. You just
So
cost
sorry.
us like 5 viewers right
Really
there.
sorry you guys. But I'm not though. I'm not.
Well, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
I
Did
feel
you
like
miss
it's
me?
been a long time because you weren't here last week.
I
Where were
know.
you? What was going on?
I was in San Luis Obispo, or SLO, as the kids call it,
Okay.
with the pops, who was there for a work thing, and he was like,
Hmm.
"Come on up here. We'll do some wine tasting, have some father-daughter drunk bonding."
Oh,
And
okay.
by damn, we did it. So it
That
was a
sounds
great time.
delightful.
Yes.
Sounds
hmm
delightful. I have not
What'd you
done
do
wine
without me?
tasting in San Luis Obispo.
It's fun.
Without you, I had Jeff Snyder in your place.
Oh,
So it was
Jeff.
fun. We
Okay.
got to have him on when he can be with both of us because
Oh, does he
he's
want
been
to
on
be with
twice
both of
without
us?
you. He's been like my co-host filling in for you. So we need
Oh,
to get
okay,
him where he
okay.
can be with
We'll get
us
him
together
a little
collectively.
sandwich, a little 6 degree sandwich.
If you have never seen this show, here's how it works. We're going to take one film and show how six other films link up to it in some random way, shape, or form. But today we're doing something different because this is our 90th episode. Woo, woo. And so
What?
we are going to take the idea of 90 and link it to six 90s films. So we don't have a
Nice.
feature film, we have a feature film concept. And
We
that
have a
concept
theme.
is, yes, movies that were released in the
The
90s
'90s.
and movies we haven't talked about. Hopefully, we haven't.
Yeah,
Maybe we
I
haven't.
don't think we have talked about these films.
I picked three that we have not talked about.
Okay,
But
cool.
before we get into that, aside from San Luis Obispo, what else have you been up to?
Oh, I don't even know with life.
You went out last night.
Yeah, well, it was my boyfriend's birthday. I went out. I don't want to seem like an irresponsible party girl though, because
Okay.
I was here on time at
You
10
were.
a.m. I'll
You were
have you
here.
know. I'm camera ready, aka makeup and hair is still done from last night. I only had like one and a half drinks, while the
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend had many,
Meant
many.
16 to be exact.
I think he got, because it's a whole menu and he wants to try all the different drinks, all the cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's 16 of them. And each year he gets a little further.
Okay. Okay.
So I think he got to like 11 last
Could
night.
that be like water intoxication though?
I
That's a little
don't.
dangerous.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was trying
Well,
to
maybe
feed
not.
him a little water, and
Mm-hmm.
we got hot dogs at the movie theater next door. We didn't see a film. We just went to go get hot dogs. We made them
Perfect.
open the theater for us
Okay.
to buy
You
some
said,
hot
hey,
dogs.
you know what? We're
Hey,
not seeing a movie, but we're getting hot
we ain't
dogs.
seeing Dunkirk in the 70 millimeter or whatever micrograms. I don't know what the hell film is, but
Millimeter. I
I
love
don't
it.
know.
I
I
love
don't
it.
know what things are. But yeah, it was a good time. But I'm here. I'm
Mm-hmm.
queer. Get used to it.
Okay.
I don't know where I got that from.
You know, it rhymed, so
It
that's
rhymed a little
probably
bit.
why.
hmm
Anyways,
Running towards our
so
movies today. We're
this
talking
is this is the
90s.
part where you'd
Hey,
say,
hey,
"What have
hey.
you been up to?"
What have you been up to, Brienne?
Well, I have not been up too much, but I did do my hair today, as you all can tell. I
hmm
did a purple theme. There's
It
purple
looks
lips,
really
purple
good.
hair. I don't know why I decided to do this. I think it's because I bought this thing at like CVS or something that like you shake it and then you can just like put it on the ends or put it on your hair and then you
I like
blow dry
that.
it
hmm
and it'll wash out with one wash.
I like
So
that.
I thought that could be interesting. Maybe I should try it. And
Yes.
then that didn't really work that well. So then I took a spray that I have that's
Mm,
purple
okay.
and darkened it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool. So
So
at
two
first it was all
things.
over, and then it was just
No,
the ends, or it
just
was
the
just the
ends
ends. Okay.
to begin
Well,
with.
you'll look good, kiddo.
Thanks.
You'll look
Thanks.
good.
Trying some different things out.
I like it. It's fun to be different. It's fun to play dress up and feel
Mm-hmm.
out of your own self sometimes to find your inner self.
Oh,
I'm a
philosopher.
philosopher, you guys. Wow. This show is fucking deep.
It is.
Wow. Well, let's get deep into some movies.
Let's
Are
do
you
that. I
excited?
appreciate that segue. I'm excited. We're talking 90s films. Okay,
Yes.
so I brought a
Yes.
90s film that is near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
I'm sure that I saw it in the 90s. Came out in 95, October 20th of 1995, and it's called Empire Records. If you noticed my intro, I said I'm Rex Manning, which goes with Empire Records.
Yes.
Now, Stacey, you just watched this last night? 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago for the
nights.
first time. Never saw it before.
Okay.
I've heard it quoted many a times.
Yes.
Damn the man and all that.
Mhm.
I've heard
Save the Empire.
Yeah, Damn the man, save the empire. I've seen the outfits. I gotta tell you, very inspired by the fashion
Yes.
of this film. It
Love
is
it.
so 90s. You've got the chunky shoes, you've got the little skirt, the crop top. I mean, who dresses like that? That's so stupid. That's so weird.
It is. It is.
But here we are.
Here we are here.
Yep.
I love that Renee Zellweger, like, I appreciated her singing voice in this film at the very end, and I believe that is her singing voice. I
It
don't
is.
think that that's a dubbed. I mean,
No.
obviously, like dubbed in terms of her having to sing it into a
Like
microphone
post.
as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that is her, and
She
this is
sounds
kind of her first. It's not her first feature film because she was like in some Halloween with Matthew McConaughey. Or not
Yeah,
Halloween,
no,
Texas
Texas
Chainsaw
Chainsaw-
Massacre, like number 4. I don't
That's
know.
right. And they have
Okay.
Pretty Much It has done a commentary on that, I feel like. And he has
Yeah.
like he has like a mechanical leg and it's like
Speaking of mechanical legs, have you seen that mechanical like bionic like chair that people can use? It looks insanely
what?
ridiculous.
No. I don't know what the
I'm
what
gonna have
you're
to find
talking
this
about.
on Twitter.
I'm
And you're
go-
gonna
I'm
have to
gonna
see it.
need
It's like
to-
things that are attached to your legs, so you can like sit down wherever you want and not need a
What?
chair.
I
That
saw
sounds crazy.
Okay, tell us, Ben.
I saw 2 tweets about it, and it was amazing because one was like thinking about the benefits this has for disabled people.
And then
And
one,
one
was
was-
about twerking.
One was about twerking.
Yes. I saw that one too, Ben. I'm glad we could share this moment together.
Nice. Nice.
I'm glad people know I'm here too now.
Mm-hmm. Liv Tyler, this was like a big movie for her. I feel like this was her coming out party. Like,
Mhm.
hey, I was in some Aerosmith videos because my dad, you know,
Mhm.
but now I can actually act.
She did.
Yeah.
She did a great job. She looked gorgeous. Just the beautiful young woman that everyone wants to be. You know,
Right.
smart. Everybody's in love with her, but like has secret issues. Secret daddy.
What
issues.
happened to AJ, like in life? Like,
I don't
not
know.
like that character, but like the actual actor. We have
That
not
was
who,
the one that was in love with her, right?
Johnny Whitworth. Yes, the one that's in
Okay.
love with her that wants to go to art school,
Oh, right.
which is already problematic,
Yeah.
just in general for a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never. Have you dated someone? In art
Dating an
school?
artist can be difficult.
Do you have some stories to
No.
tell, Brian?
I just
we
know
might.
that dating
This
an
might
artist
be
can
a
be
different.
difficult.
This might be a different kind of podcast, you guys.
It could be.
We might need to do a
Mhm.
a half hour of love advice with Brianne and Stacy.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm
hey.
all for it.
All
I'm all
right,
for it.
okay.
This totally bombed at the box office, made
Aw.
$303,000.
How much did it cost to make?
I don't know how much it costs to make.
Damn.
But
Damn
I'm
the
assuming
man.
probably more than that.
Mm.
At the same time, I think it has found a footing in home video and like
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
got a little bit bigger at that point.
Mhm.
And we should have asked Ethan Embry to come on the show because he follows both of us.
Yes,
on
he
Twitter.
does. I feel like
Why
he would
didn't we-
have.
I feel like maybe he would have to.
Someone
should have asked
tweeted
him.
Ethan Embry right now and be like, "Yo, they're talking about you on Empire Records. Why are you on the show right
This is my
now?"
favorite character that he's ever done.
He's great in this
He
film.
is.
He just has such a wonderful spastic energy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always endearing. It's never
Yes.
annoying. You're always like, look at this cute little.
It kind of reminds me of Sam Basher, someone we know in real life.
Yes, yes.
a
he
little
was
bit.
on our show.
Mhm.
He's liked a few of my photos and things.
What do you know?
Whoa!
What do you know?
The more you know.
Do you want to know
the
about Johnny
rainbow thing.
Whitworth?
What?
Yes. Tell
Yeah,
me what's happened
happening
with
with the
him.
fuck
So
is he
he's still
doing?
an actor.
Okay, great.
He's had some small parts in TV shows and movies. He was in Blind Spot, not Blind. He was in Blind Spot. He was in Limitless, the movie, not the TV show.
Okay.
He was a primary villain in season 2 of The 100, which is an excellent show.
Mm.
And
My
I was
husband likes
looking
that
at a
show.
photo of him, and I was like, this guy looks really familiar. Why? And then I saw he was in The 100. I'm like, that's why.
Got
I
it.
feel like he's in one.
Sweet.
He was in one other movie that I knew.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is. I'll
I
figure
mean,
it
there's
out
many
later.
movies he's
But-
in.
Not
So,
Limitless though.
Not
Not
Limitless.
Limitless?
I didn't see Limitless.
Hmm.
Like
Well,
another
it's
one
pretty
from
good,
the
pretty good.
90s.
Okay. Well, we'll look it up,
I'll
or
figure it
Ben
out.
will, and then he'll run down everything that he's done.
Yeah.
again,
Do the
twice.
90s films. But
So one other part that was cut from this film was, I guess, that Warren Beatty, played by Brendan Sexton
Bran-
III,
Brendan.
Brendan Sexton III. he was supposed to have like a sister that was supposed to have a role in this, but then they
Mhm.
cut her out entirely.
Oh,
So,
gotcha. And then
maybe she would have been the Faye Dunaway character.
maybe
Maybe she would have been Faye Dunaway. They would have just
they
named
shoot
her
'em up.
that. There you
Yeah,
go.
they shoot him up just like Bonnie and Clyde.
Just like Bonnie and Clyde.
And then wasn't some other famous actor in here and they cut him out? Wasn't it like Tobey Maguire or something?
It could have been.
I feel like someone else. There's a fuzzy. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like another famous actor was in there and cut him out. I gotta look at those IMDb.
No, what
trivia
the
again.
trivia says, this is the exact trivia. I'll
Okay.
read it for you right now.
Okay, good.
Warren, played by Brendan Sexton III, was supposed to have a sister, but like Toby Maguire, her scenes were ultimately cut, deleted from the final film. So maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you put that
quote
in?
Is, yeah, that is confusing. 'Cause lots of actors have been cut out of a lot of films.
Yes. So are we talking about cut out of this film? Or are we talking about cut out of something else?
Of something in general.
I don't know.
Has
Maybe I should
everyone
have
cut
fact-checked
Tobey
that.
Maguire out of their lives?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope not.
He did that chess movie. I don't know what's
So
happening.
that's the first one I brought. What did you bring?
Cool. I brought, and I feel like I haven't talked about this yet, and I can't believe it because it's one of my favorite films.
Mm-hmm.
Train Spotting, of course.
Perfect.
Of
Never
course.
seen it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's dark. It's some dark shit.
That's probably why I haven't seen it, because I was like I saw Requiem, and then I was
Mhm.
like, I don't think I'm ready for something like Train Spotting. Like
That's another movie that I love, Requiem, for some reason, and I think it's because I've never really taken drugs like that, or
Mhm.
smoked a little pot in my day. Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. But I've never taken drugs like that where it pretty much ruins your life and affects
Yes.
everything. Nor have I had family members or friends or anything like that that have been heavy into the drug scene. So it's so far removed from me that it's not super disturbing, because I'm like, I don't even know what that life is like.
Right.
Where some people it's like too close to home so they can't watch it.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. But it's never made me to the point where I'm like, oh, this is gross, I'm sick. It's so
Mhm.
depressing and disturbing. I'm like, this is wild. What's going on here? So let me read a little bit about Train Spotting if you've never seen it. Came out in 1996, directed by Danny Boyle, who of course also did Slumdog Millionaire, 28 Days Later, a bunch of great
Did he
films.
do The Island,
I think he did The Island, maybe.
Ben?
Ben,
All
who
right.
directed The Island with Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor. I remember the trailer for that movie. It looked so
I'm
stupid.
almost positive that's Michael Bay. But I'm
Oh,
checking.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
What am I thinking of then? I don't know.
Well,
know.
Train Spotting is about Renton
The
deeply
beach?
immersed into the Edinburgh.
The
Shut up,
beach.
Ben. Renton, deeply immersed in the Edinburgh drug scene, tries to clean up and get out despite the allure of the drugs and influence of friends. It was nominated for an Oscar for Best Screenplay. It starred, of course, Ewan McGregor, Ewan Bremner, Johnny Lee Miller, Kevin McKidd, Kelly MacDonald. This is her first role. She was she got like one of the flyers they were passing out throughout the town, like, oh, we need a girl for this. And Danny Boyle picked her because all the girls that showed up were like glamorous and tall and gorgeous, and she was just she's a beautiful woman, don't get me wrong, but she's a real woman, like
she came in with like no makeup on,
she came in just,
like
like,
you
chilling.
would, like a drug user would look.
Right,
Makes
and
sense.
she was just
Makes
like
sense.
chilling in the corner amongst all these like gorgeous Amazon women, and he goes, you get over here, and cast her in the film. And she still has the flyer at home, she says, from that she got when
That's
they were
awesome.
passing around. Isn't that great? And she's like everything that I want to be in this movie, because she's like cool and aloof and like trying to be like the bad girl, and like she's everything like when I was younger I pictured myself like being way different than what I was, and I wanted to be like Kelly MacDonald in Train Spotting.
Nice.
Which was fantastic. This movie, it has a lot of really disturbing scenes. Two famous ones. One would be when he is kind of tripping and he's trying to come off of drugs, off of heroin, and he has to take a shit and tries to find a toilet somewhere, and he kind of has this like drug induced weird trippy experience, and he like goes into the toilet and it's all filled with poop.
This sounds like something I don't want to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But actually what I heard was that the actors were like, you know what, it was all chocolate and it smelled and tasted really good.
Well, that's comforting,
isn't it? And then there's
movie magic, guys. Movie magic.
And then there's another scene where he is again trying to come off drugs, and he imagines like a dead baby is crawling on the ceiling and all these like weird images, and it's really
interesting.
trippy. It's a really
Danny Boyle's all about that shit, isn't he? Because like Slumdog Millionaire, they had to go through some shit.
didn't watch Slumdog Millionaire
Oh,
actually.
okay.
So
okay.
I'll watch Slumdog. You watch Trainspotting. How
Great.
about that?
I gotta watch. I also have to watch Brooklyn. I told Perry I would watch that.
Brooklyn.
Still haven't seen it.
Oh my God, Emery Cohen, so cute. Who doesn't fall in
Mm.
love with him whenever you watch that film? It's
I
fantastic.
haven't seen it, so I can't yet.
Well, you're gonna find out, sister. You're
All
gonna
right.
find
Well,
out.
that's good.
What I love about this film is the visuals are just so stunning and creative to show drug use, whether you're coming off of drugs or whether you're on drugs. So, like, he takes a little bit of heroin and he lays down, and then he slowly falls into the floor. So you can tell they like made a little, like, a whole chamber beneath him, and he goes in with the rug and like falls into like a heroin stupor, and it's completely practical
I'm
effects.
frightened and intrigued.
Yeah, completely practical effects, and it looks great. And you're like, yes, that's exactly. I'm sure what it feels like is they feel like you're like sinking into the floor, into like
Yes.
euphoric drug use or something. I don't know.
Into what's that called in Get Out? Why can't I think of it?
Oh God, the sunken place.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
shit.
sunken place. That's what I was thinking of.
Look at us white
Mm.
assholes. We can't even remember what the name is. I'm so sorry.
That's
What
life.
that's life. That's life.
I
for
think
you.
it's the sunken place. I think you're right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
That's just
we're
what I was
gonna
thinking
go with
about.
that.
That's what I was thinking about.
We're gonna assume and we're gonna go with
Anything
that.
else you want to tell us about train spotting?
Hold on, I feel like I have some good trivia for this. There is one character that was one of the most interesting ones to me is Bagby. It's a whole ensemble cast, amazing British actors, Irish actors, everyone. But one of them was reacts very violently in the film and just like starts fights in bars and everything, and you think like what the fuck is wrong with this guy. And he said, and it wasn't talked about really in the film, but he was like, when I was going through this process and becoming this character, I realized in my mind he is a very closeted homosexual, and his actions, his aggression, his violence, everything comes from the fact that he doesn't want to be found out. And
Okay.
so he said that, and then the writer who wrote the book was like, "That's exactly it." And they had never talked about that. They'd
Hmm.
never. He didn't tell them about this character. He didn't tell them, this is what's really going on with them. He just assumed as an actor that's what it was. And the writer was like, "Yes, he's 100% correct on that." So I was like, all right, there you go. I didn't see the sequel to the film though. There is
Yeah.
T2 Train Spotting, and I didn't see it. I heard it was pretty good, but I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't want
Yeah.
to revisit it. These characters are too good and too important for me.
Well, that makes sense.
Mhm.
And when a sequel comes out many years later, it's
Yeah.
kind of makes it hard
Yeah.
to get back to that space.
Yeah.
You really do need to do almost immediately if you're
Right.
gonna do a sequel,
Mhm.
in my opinion. But
Mhm.
all right, I'm gonna link mine
Okay.
off of Empire Records. Again, continuing with 90s, but I'm gonna do 90s movies that have 2 words in the title.
Okay.
So Empire Records. Now we're gonna go to Office Space. 'Cause we have not talked about
Nice!
Office Space on this
Whoa.
show, and I thought this is a good time to do that. Came out in 1999, best year of cinema ever.
Yes.
February 19th specifically. It's about 3 company workers who hate their job and decide to rebel against their greedy boss. Now, here's the thing I wanted to share with everyone, and I didn't know about this until I was looking up Office Space. Apparently, there's a Funny or Die video where they took Michael Bolton, the real Michael Bolton, and placed him as Michael Bolton in the movie. And so he does some of the scenes, and
That's so
it's
funny.
hilarious. And it doesn't look too well spliced in certain spots, but like it's pretty funny that he is the
Nice.
character.
I'm really glad they did that. Michael
Mhm.
Bolton seems like so game to make fun of himself.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at this, you look at like the Lonely Island stuff he's done.
Mm.
He's done some stuff with Screen Junkies. I mean, he's just like down to clown, and I'm here for it. And he's still gorgeous.
So come on this show.
Yeah, Michael, come on, Mikey. You know you want to.
I'm sure he costs money.
Probs.
But this is written and directed by
Whoa,
Mike
car wash.
Judge, who did this is based on the Milton comic, which was on Saturday Night Live, and was pretty much based on personal experience from Mike Judge. He had a coworker that was like Milton, and he just thought this is kind of an interesting character. Let's write about this.
Mhm.
So there you go. Ron Livingston, Jennifer Aniston, Stephen Root, Gary Cole. The budget was 10 million. Let's see what it made at the box office because I don't even know.
Probably not that much.
12.8
Oh,
million.
that's
So
a little bit.
not really getting their money back there, but you know, You're yawning. You're trying
Sorry,
not to.
I'm trying.
She's trying
I
not
do
to,
that all
and
the
it's
time.
hilarious.
Is that I yawn, but I don't want to. It's not that I'm bored or tired. It's just that I don't know. I yawn a lot
Yeah, I do
because
too.
I keep my mouth open a little bit. So when you keep
I
your
don't
mouth
know.
open and it induces a yawn.
Sure.
But I want to hide it, so I'm like
I know
I
that I
stare
saw
at you a lot when I try and hide it behind my microphone. I'm like,
this must have come out when I worked at Blockbuster because
I don't know you worked at
I
Blockbuster.
did. Same with
Wow.
Hector Navarro.
All the best people. I worked in a movie theater. That was my first job.
Okay, there you go.
All the best
which
people.
movie theater?
Aggieland Premier Cinemas 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your role?
Well, I did everything, but I,
Okay.
worked the ticket booth. I worked
Uh-huh.
the concession stand. That's about it. Everyone else that wasn't good on the cash register, they made it cleaner, so I didn't have to clean it all.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
Cleaning can be tough.
Yeah.
Back to Office Space. Aside from our wonderful theater and our movie jobs.
Mhm.
So the iconic red stapler was just made as a prop, and then once it kind of took off on home video as like a cult, becoming a cult comedy hit, that's when Swingline decided to re-release like, oh, we're gonna make all these so that people will buy them because people kept requesting them.
Mhm.
And I thought that's fun.
I
I
like
like
that.
that. I like when that happens. I
like
like
when
when
movies influence life.
yes, because Reese's Pieces, as far as I know, was hanging on by a thread before
Mhm.
it was on ET.
Oh.
Yes, and so
And now
that
it's
like
back
pushed it
into
over.
movies. Nice.
I mean, it's incredible. I love Reese's Pieces.
They're
but
pretty good.
some people call them Reese Pieces. How do you
That's
feel
weird.
about that?
No, it's Reese's Pieces. It's got a rhyme. That's like the whole point of the name.
But Reese Piecey also rhymes.
That sounds stupid though. That's a dumb rhyme. I don't like that.
Okay.
Who said Ben? I,
I
bet
know who
you
said
call
it.
it Reese Piecey.
I think Josh McCouga says that, but I'm not
What?
positive.
Josh, what are you doing?
I'm not positive.
I have my limits, Stacy. I'm not that bad.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
If you say Reese Piecey, we want to know. Tell us in the chat and or comments.
No, don't tell us. Then we will not like you because you're weird.
Okay, so don't tell us. Never
Okay.
mind then.
Okay.
I'll just stop the interacting.
Okay.
Apparently PC load letter, that part where he talks about what the fuck is PC load letter,
Mhm.
was improvised because it actually started jamming during the scene, and so
Mhm.
he just used that and was like, what is this? What does this mean?
But I mean, that's so true. Anyone the fucking printer at my
Photocopiers.
office always messes up.
Mhm.
And then you have to print everything and reprint it and try and figure it out. And you're like, it's not jammed. What are you talking about? You have to
Right.
open all the doors. Forget it when like the carbon
Yes.
is low or something. I don't know.
I've learned how to do a lot of stuff for the photocopier machine because I was a teacher. So the Ricoh was my favorite copy machine. It was the
Oh.
easiest to change out everything, but
Rico.
the Ricoh.
That
The other one
sexy
was a little
Ricoh.
bit too complicated. So
Don't be complicated.
Yeah.
Be simple. Be a simple printer.
yeah. What else do we want to say about Office Space? I love
Jennifer Aniston. So random.
she was
I
great
like,
too.
She was amazing in this. Here's my flare. Here's my flare. That's great. That's good comedy right there.
That is good comedy.
That's good comedic
That's
timing.
good comedy.
She's solid in this film.
She is.
Mhm.
I agree.
Mhm.
I love the scene where they beat up the fax machine because
That's great.
everyone wants to do that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do that with my washing machine. There were plenty of times where I was like, this is useless. Don't ever buy an LG washing machine that is a True Balance because it will always be uneven and you will hate life.
Okay. Good to know.
So that's my recommendation.
My dryer
Don't hate
doesn't
life.
really work. Like it doesn't dry
Okay.
anything. I have to
Oh.
put it in one cycle and then it's like still damp. So you have to
Yes.
take it out, let it air
You
dry.
may need to
and
clean
go back.
clean your vents.
I don't know. I mean, it's our like we have one washer for like our little duplex thing.
Mm.
So I don't own it. I don't know how
I
to do
see.
anything. And we've told our landlord and
I see.
I don't
It's
know.
unfortunate.
Yep.
My husband will have some tips for you
Okay.
that you could probably do and you don't need a person to do.
Okay.
So
Good to know.
there you go.
Good to know, sister.
All right, let's go on to your next one.
All right.
You're linking off of Train Spotting.
I am.
Just 90s movies, or was there something specific?
There's something specific, not actually neither of these are 90s films. However,
What?
Train Spot. No, I went with you said I could do a different link.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
So
That's
Train
fine.
Spotting, my link is not necessarily 90s films. Train Spotting has a sick soundtrack.
Okay.
Born Slippy. I can't even think of all the,
Mm-hmm.
songs they have on there, but their soundtrack is amazing. So I went to movies with great soundtracks. Not
Okay.
necessarily scores, but like actual music
Yes.
songs that we know that we hear on the radio or whatever that are
Correct.
in the film.
Mm-hmm.
So my first one I went with, and I don't believe we've talked about this movie, Garden State.
Oh, we have
Good
not.
little indie
Mhm.
film, right?
Yes. Postal Service is what I'm thinking.
Mm.
In
Wait,
the
what's Postal Service?
Postal Service is in the soundtrack.
Oh, yes.
Such great heights.
Yes.
Mhm.
We all run and shine from such great heights. Come down now. That one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have
That-
joined you, but I just decided I'm gonna
Just
let
let
you
me go
go.
with it. Let Go. There we go. Segue. Let Go is another great
Yeah.
song.
Is that
in there.
Dido?
I
No.
think I can't
I don't know.
remember. I can't remember
Ben,
who
check.
sings it.
Can you look up the soundtrack to Garden State, and then we can sing all the songs.
Mhm.
I most certainly can.
Thank you.
The Only Living Boy in New York. I love that song. This is one of those things
Mhm.
where I very rarely bought CDs. I'm just not a big music
Yep.
person, but I had the soundtrack to Garden State. Still have it in my car.
I don't know if I had the soundtrack, but I definitely had
It's
Postal
orange. The
Service.
CD's orange. I remember that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And because I heard it in the movie.
Um,
Natalie Portman, loved her in this.
yeah, she's great.
I
Blah,
use
blah,
this. I
blah,
use this
blah.
a lot with my husband to be
Mhm.
like, it's time to go. I want to get out of here. I used that this weekend at Comic Con. Oh, I went to
Oh.
Comic Con.
Oh
What do you
my
know?
god!
I was
we
gonna
need
make
to
that
talk about
comment.
this. What?
Well, because she said she didn't do anything, and I was like, "You're
Oh, I
at
did.
Comic Con."
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
I was at Comic Con.
We need to talk about that. We'll talk about
Okay.
that after we're done talking about movies.
Okay.
Okay.
I was there
Perfect.
too.
Perfect.
What?
Frou frou, frou frou. Frou frou, frou frou. Which
Frou
one
frou
would you
sing
say?
Let Go. Frou frou?
I don't know. How do you
I don't know,
say
but
it?
I feel like every dance team did a modern dance
Oh,
to Let
yeah.
Go, just like we did. Our officers did a lyrical Let Go, Let Go.
Janine, that woman also sang on the soundtrack for Shrek 2, Holding Out for a Hero. She like remixed it. It was awesome.
Oh, cool. All right, solid.
I loved it.
I have the
Solid-
soundtrack.
Solid
You
music.
do.
If you have any questions, or you want me
Okay,
to tell you all the songs?
Name
Let's
all
do
the,
'em.
All the songs?
All the
Yeah.
hits. All the hits.
There's only like 12. I
Okay,
feel like.
well,
So just
There's
name the
13.
songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's "Don't Panic" by Coldplay.
Oh yeah.
There's
I hate
"Caring is
Coldplay.
Creepy" by the Shins.
Uh-huh.
Unsurprisingly, their Shins are Zach Braff's like favorite thing.
Mhm.
There's "In the Waiting Line" by 07. There's "New Slang" also by the Shins. There's "I Just Don't Think I'll Ever Get Over You" by Colin Hay.
Just don't think I'll ever get over
"Blue
you.
Eyes" by Carey Brothers. "Fair"
love
by
that one.
Remy Zero. "One of
Oh.
These Things First" by Nick Drake. "Lebanese Blonde" by Thievery Corporation.
What
"The
if
Only
you
Living
were-
Boy in New York" by Simon and Garfunkel.
Mhm.
"Such Great Heights" by Iron and Wine. "Let Go" by Frou Frou.
Oh, so it's not the Postal Service.
And "Winding
Iron
Road"
and
by Bonnie Somerville.
Oh
What does-
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot Bonnie is on the soundtrack to this. We know Bonnie, friend of no, I've never met her. Friend of Schmo.
we know her through
We
osmosis.
know her through osmosis.
Mhm. Come on our show, Bonnie.
Yes, come on, Bonnie. You know you want to, girlfriend.
You might say they know her through Degrees.
Oh,
6 of them. 6 of
Well,
them.
stop jerking off.
Hey,
because you're so proud of yourself over there.
what does the Postal Service sing now? Now I'm like, oh no, it's not them. It's Iron and Wine. Why
What's
do I
in
get them
that?
confused?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know, but
That's life.
it's one of those movies where it's kind of Zach Braff's story of being a struggling
Mhm.
actor in LA
His
before he
life.
right before he hit big with Scrubs,
Mhm.
and growing up in Jersey and all that fun stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like an alternate universe kind of thing
Right.
where he went home and fell in love
going
with
home.
a girl back home. So yeah,
That's what you do.
yeah, that's true. I love all the pets that have died in this film, and they have a little pet
Oh.
cemetery. And all the little gravestones they made and names were just the cast and crew's like pets that had died growing up, and so they like made little
Aw.
things. I feel like
I
that's
want one
gonna
for
be-
my dog.
Yeah, we need to make a little.
R.I.P. Cider.
Oh, R.I.P. Cider, R.I.P. Peanut, Cider and Peanut.
Mm.
Oh, that's cute.
They can have a little gravestone together in my little tiny backyard.
Yes, yes. I like that Natalie Portman kills one of the guinea pigs accidentally because she
Mm.
forgot to take the wheel out, and now Jolly's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a Schmodown trivia question one day. Is what's the name of her pet that died? And I'll be like, fucking Jelly. Yeah,
You got it.
yeah, I got it.
That would be a 5-pointer.
Yes, yes. I love looking for those 5-pointer questions.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Wait,
move on.
one piece of trivia
Oh,
though.
yes.
I just have one.
Get it.
That I read it and immediately said this is the only movie trivia I will ever need to know. As some people know, Method Man was who's a rapper and an actor, and he's been in tons of great projects. He's in this. He plays like the hotel doorman that they go and see the hotel, and then he shows them like some prostitute banging some guy in a room or something. Apparently, Method Man was nervous about saying titties in front of Natalie Portman.
Oh,
I just
okay.
thought that was interesting.
that is interesting.
So this like hardcore rapper is like, I don't want to say titties in front of this building. was
So
funny.
I was right. Postal Service does sing Such Great Heights, but Iron and Wine remade it. So thank you everyone in the
Oh,
chat that has helped me with that.
Okay, good to know.
Yes.
Solid soundtrack. So that's one of
That
my
is
films.
a solid soundtrack.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
back to mine, which
Okay.
was 90s films that have 2 words in the title.
Mhm.
We have not talked about this, and I'm shocked.
What?
Shocked.
What?
Home Alone.
What?
We have
We
not
haven't
talked about Home Alone.
Alone? Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay. I feel like we should have done that in unison.
The other
That's all
side.
right.
It came out November 16th, 1990.
Oh shit! My
I think you
face.
should. I think you should know what.
Slap that real hard.
I think you should know what it's about. I'm sure you already do. An 8-year-old troublemaker must protect his home from a pair of burglars when he is accidentally left home alone by his family during Christmas vacation. Directed by Christopher Columbus and written by John Hughes. And the idea for this came during making Uncle Buck. And there's a scene in that where Macaulay Culkin is kind of like interrogating a babysitter through the like mail slot.
Mhm.
And then they kind of started this idea of, hey, what if he was in charge of the house?
Mhm.
Like, what would it be
Oh.
like?
Mhm.
So there you go.
Mhm.
That's kind of how that started. It was nominated for 2 Oscars. One was for Best Score by John Williams. The other was for Best Original Song, which he also composed, called "Somewhere in My Memory." Although I have no idea how that goes.
I don't-
It's not in my
Mm.
memory.
Is
so
it the one that
It's probably like that
when they're
kinda
like,
at the end?
yeah, like they're walking down the street, they're reunited,
Yeah.
and then you see old man
Something.
Pete or whatever.
Something.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Whatever.
there's a reason it didn't win.
Yeah, well,
It's
there you go.
it's forgettable. Was made for $18 million and made $476.7 million at
Damn.
the box office. I remember seeing this in the theater with my family, but I don't remember anything other than I know I saw it in the theater.
Mhm.
Like, huh. And in 90, I was what? Well, 10, no, 9. So that's like kind of right on his age in the film. So I don't know. I've been debating when I should show my kids the movie because I don't want to scare them
Mhm.
thinking, oh, burglars are going to come into your house.
That's true.
But I want them to know that it's a fun film.
Right.
So I think I have to wait a little longer.
I feel like 10,
Okay.
age 10 would be appropriate for Home Alone so that
Sure.
they don't get too many ideas in their head of like this could happen and they can,
Hmm.
you know, suspend disbelief to be like, this is
Sure.
fun. It's a film.
Sure.
You know, yeah, 10 years old.
Apparently, Joe Pesci and I'm not coming up with his name. Daniel Stern, like, really thought this was gonna be a bomb,
Mm-hmm.
and so they just kind of played these characters over the top. Like, we'll just do this kind of little crazy and have some fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're like,
It's
if we
perfect.
knew,
It's a
maybe-
perfect
but it was
balance.
good.
Yeah.
So
Because if
I
they
don't
were
think they should have changed
truly,
it.
if they were like a subtle, nuanced performance of like a
Mhm.
man that's burgling and trying to torture this kid, that'd be way too dark.
True.
But because they were playful and over the top and doing things like
Mhm.
screaming with a tarantula on your face, it's ridiculous, you know?
Yeah. If you think about it, like when they shot that, he would have had to been silent
Yeah.
because a tarantula wouldn't be able to handle a scream like that. So
Right.
like his mouth is just like,
And it's like with the, I feel like one of the legs went in there and you're like, ow. Like I feel like a leg went.
it may have.
Ugh.
All of John Candy's scenes were improvised. Everything that he said was improvised. And I was like, man, that would be hard to
course.
do. But then I was like, well, Catherine O'Hara shared the space with him the entire time. And she's like a master of improv and comedy. So
Mhm.
I think that that's probably why they were able to do it so well.
Mhm.
She's like, well, I can hang with this.
Yeah. She's like, I'm chill.
I got this. I'm a
That's that best in
professional.
show, bitch. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I
That bitch
got it.
Boss bitch. Love it.
The ornaments that Marv steps on are actually candy. This got me thinking about some things. such as entrances with like breakaway glass.
Mhm.
And then I was like, no, I need to just stop
Yeah.
there. I need to just stop. We don't
Wait,
need
it's
any breakaway
edible?
wine bottles or anything
Oh,
like that.
really? I think we can have breakaway wine bottles, but real wine.
Well, you're not supposed to fill it with any. You can't fill it with anything. It has to be empty.
Oh, I guess so.
But they have breakaway beer bottles, breakaway wine bottles.
Mm.
I also was considering fake blood for something. Then I was
I
like,
think
I
we
just
should
need to
get some
stop
fake blood.
for our next
I
one.
think we can just paint it on us. Like we don't need to have it in the moment. We can just get
Mm.
red and just,
Okay, well, I had an idea too.
okay.
We'll discuss. We'll workshop
Okay.
after this.
All right.
Anyway,
It's that time.
and Star Drew, I'll have you know, you give up or are you thirsty for more is improvised as well. Now it just said it was improvised, but it didn't say who it was improvised by. So Macaulay Culkin may not have come up with that himself.
I don't know.
Could have been someone else, and then like just on the spot, and then they're like, "Oh, use that.
Yeah, do that.
So.
Do that.
Do that.
Dance, monkey, dance.
That's not in the script. Do it.
Do it.
There you go.
I want a cheese pizza now.
Me too.
I run
Little
I
Nero's.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Also, Little Caesars.
Pizza all to myself.
Mhm.
Whatever that line is. I want to dance around to Jingle Bell Rock. Is that the song he dances to with all of his little? Oh no, it's not.
No,
It's rocking around.
Yes.
The Christmas tree and he's got like the Michael Jordan little
Mhm.
cutout. You know,
That's pretty good.
Where did he get all those cutouts from?
I don't know.
And how
Well,
did he
it was
string up
like
that whole thing.
80s, 90s. He's pretty talented. He's
I
pretty
don't-
talented
I
and
don't know about
demented.
this.
Like all the things that he was able to do. It's
Pretty crazy.
kids shouldn't be able to think those things. But there was one other thing I wanted to say. Okay, what's the name of the movie that he's watching? He's not supposed to. What's it called?
Snake Eyes.
It's called Angels with Filthy Souls,
Angels with
which is a
filthy
made-up
souls.
name,
Mhm.
and it's supposed to play upon the movie Angels with Dirty Faces, starring James Cagney. So it's like a playoff of a real film. Oh, James Cagney.
I wanted to
James
see that
Cagney
fake
said,
film. Mhm.
"Look, Ma, I'm on top of the world." That's his
Oh,
quote.
okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not as good as the "I'm the king of the world" in Titanic.
No,
Not
All
as
right.
well known.
that's it. Home Alone. Love it.
There you go.
That was it for me. You have
Okay.
one more.
I do have one more. This is
Mhm.
one of my favorite, if not favorite, films of 2014. The Guest.
Okay.
I feel
As a
like
good soundtrack is what you're saying.
yes, has a great soundtrack. So I went from
Can't even think of
what was
it.
my movie?
Ben?
Train Spotting,
The Guest.
and then we went to Garden State, and now The Guest.
Okay.
The Guest, directed by Adam Wingard, who of course did You're Next before this.
Mhm.
Great female protagonist, badass in that one. Next, the director wanted a complete left field choice. So this
Okay.
guy is supposed to be have you seen The Guest, by the
Mhm.
way? Oh, okay. He's supposed to be a all-American
I'm all about him.
soldier. And then he picks this little doughy boy from Downton Abbey. And they're like, what? This guy, he fucking kills it. This movie
Yes.
shows off his comedic timing, and I mean dark comedic timing, physical attributes. It shows off his skills to really balance tone. It could have been that this movie was either super cheesy or way too dark that it wasn't funny, and it was just a great dark comedy, violent action thriller, fast-paced, amazing music. It just, the whole thing worked for me. I love this film. If you haven't seen it, here's a little synopsis. A soldier introduces himself to the Peterson family, claiming to be a friend of their son who died in action. After the young man is welcomed into their home, a series of accidental deaths seem to be connected to his presence. It stars Dan Stevens, Micah Monroe, and Ethan Embry. Hey,
Yay,
he's popping up
again.
everywhere.
Oh my gosh, he
We
totally
really-
should have been on this
He
show.
totally should have been on this show. I think he again. I really think he'd come.
I
if
think
we
he
asked
would have.
him.
I
Yeah,
think he would have.
yeah.
Next
I would have
time.
been like, "Hi, I love you."
Let's invite him, and
Okay.
then we'll do all of
All right.
Ethan Embry's hits,
Be
and then
chill.
he'll be very uncomfortable. We talk about him.
Just we talk about him like he's not here, and he's like, "Who are these fucking chicks?" Some of my favorite song from the soundtrack is gonna be "The Magician."
Okay.
And it plays when they are in the bar and he's trying to get the younger guy a drink, and there's those jock assholes over there.
Okay.
And so they get into a little fight, and it's like
Breakaway beer bottles.
Breakaway beer bottles, great. So I love that song, and also when the minutes drag is great. It's like when the minutes drag or something. But every song on here is me, and then it's like because I love you, and this like very violent shootout as he's dying. He's like
almost
"It's
like
okay.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Okay. Yeah.
Face Off.
Yes.
Ben was going to tell us what songs are on the soundtrack. For the
Okay,
guest.
list them all.
We have Haunted When the Minutes Drag
Yep.
by Love and Rockets,
Mhm.
Hourglass by Survive,
Mhm.
Anthonio by Annie, The Magician by Mike Simonetti, Masquerade by Clan of Zymox, Omniverse by Survive, Because I Love You by Stevie B, Storm Column by Gatekeeper, A Day by Clan of Zymox, Emma by The Sisters of Mercy, Obsidian by Gatekeeper, and Cry in the Wind by Clan of Zymox. Some of the titles of these like bands
Wow.
are so fitting for this movie.
Yeah.
The only one I know is Because I Love You, but I feel like Leanne Rimes sang that at some point.
I don't
But maybe
know.
I'm thinking of a different one.
I'll find out.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I remember seeing this movie and thinking, this is going to be kind of weird. I don't know if this guy's going to fit, and just being totally blown away by every aspect of the film and
Mhm.
wanting to see more from this director, wanting to see
Right.
more from Dan Stevens, which I thought he was great in Walk Among the Tombstones. He was a lot of my friends love from Downton Abbey. They didn't expect this out
Yeah.
of him. And so I love that it was a completely just oddball out of nowhere choice. And he killed it. He
Mm.
killed it. He really wanted
I
to do something
agree.
different, and he did. And it's one of those genres where if you don't like the genre and you don't get it, don't watch the film, because you're going to be like,
Mhm.
what's happened? Is this supposed to be funny or like violent or scary? Like, what's going on? But if you like movies where the balance of tone between dark comedy and truly violent is always tiptoeing around itself, then you're gonna love this film. It's one of my favorites of that year, probably of the 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
there you
liked
go. That's
I
the
enjoyed
guess.
it. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Let's link it to Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
Since we did all of our films, we did 6 films today. Normally we do 7 in total, but we went with the concept of 90s movies as our feature film, if you
Mhm.
will. And we linked to Empire Records for me, Train Spotting for Stacy. Off of Empire Records, I went to 90s films that have 2 words in the title, and I did Home Alone as well as something else that I can't think of right off the top of my head.
Office
Space. You know, it happens. And then off of Train Spotting, you went to awesome soundtracks with
Yep.
The Guest as well as
Garden State.
awesome.
So there's your 7. Jazz hands.
All right. So we always link it to Kevin Bacon because 6 Degrees of Feature Film, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. So Kevin Bacon was in He Said, She Said with Anthony LaPaglia, who was in Empire Records.
Nice.
Yes.
Who did it? Anthony LaPaglia play?
He was the guy that owned Empire Records.
Okay, not the
No,
manager,
or
but the owner.
not the owner that wants to turn it into like a bidet place,
Mhm.
but the one that's like in charge of everything. Yeah, Joe.
I think. Okay,
Yes, Joe.
Cool.
We also have movie link tweets. So I tweeted out what is your favorite 90s film? And here's what I got back. Got a lot, guys. Or what is your favorite movie released in the 90s, I should say. Whitney Seibold says Slacker. Hey, Whitney. Randall Sands, Matthew Kearns, Amsel Von Canterbury, and Mayank say Jurassic Park. Vanessa says Titanic. Abe Snow and Giovanni Deldio say Terminator 2. Kento says Leon the Professional. Adam Stovall says Fargo.
Fargo, you betcha.
Allison in Wonderland says Beauty and the Beast. Kevin says Princess Mononoke. Cameron Hawkins says Toy Story. Kid Anon says A Goofy Movie. Jacob Scott says The Iron Giant. Jake Rhodes, BGM Final Nights. And Jack Dries say The Matrix. Rachel Wagner says Clueless. Eric Monroe says Braveheart. Renee Carbajal,
Carvajal.
says Pulp Fiction. Jack Shipley says
choice.
Point Break. Jordan says Shawshank Redemption. Dave Goodger says The Usual Suspects, and
Great choice.
Jonathan Asham says LA Confidential. Someone said The
Nice.
Truman Show, but
I
Ben
say The
forgot.
Truman Show.
Oh, okay, Ben.
Ah.
Okay,
I was
Ben.
waiting for this.
No wonder.
No one else
wonder
said
it
it, and I was
wasn't
like,
included.
guys.
All right.
It's so
Awesome.
good.
So there you go. And there have been plenty of people that have been talking about their favorites in the chat as well. And we
love
do
it.
see those. So thank you.
Batman
and
Returns,
now it is
Terminator
time.
2. I love it. Great
You
choices.
have your
I've-
part.
I've got
Okay,
better
great.
With Rocky.
Great.
I do indeed.
So today we're going to be doing Wood Train Spotting, right? Be
Yes.
Better with Sylvester Stallone
As
as Rocky,
Rocky,
as
Renton,
okay.
which is Ewan McGregor's, and
Excellent.
he has a scene where he's running, and there's a voiceover, a monologue. I'm not gonna do
Mhm.
the whole thing.
Okay.
It's very long, but it's kind of his famous what a lot of drug users refer to as like they want you to be the straight laced man, and they're like, I
Okay.
don't want to choose all that bullshit. I want to do drugs. I want to experience this. This is my life. Don't tell me what to do.
Perfect.
So this is what he's talking about. Here we go. Rocky. Okay. Why do I do this every week? Why do we do this?
'Cause it's
to
great.
Our viewers every week. Okay. Choose life. Choose a job. Choose a career. Choose a family. Choose a fucking big television. Choose washing machines, cars, compact. What's the compact disc players? Electrical tin openers. Choose the good health, the low cholesterol, and dental insurance. Choose fixed mortgage, repayments. Choose to start a home, a piece of suit on a high purchase on a range of fucking fab. Yo, choose DIY and wonder who the fuck you are on Sunday morning. Yo, there you go.
That was something.
Yeah,
That was
Rocky
something.
doesn't read so good, so he doesn't know what the word
That's
fixed
true.
mortgage rates are.
That's
Whatever.
true.
I don't even know what
That's
that is. I'm not the best
Oh.
adult.
You are the best adult.
You're the best adult.
I did some adulting by going to Comic-Con.
How was that? Please
we'll
tell me
close it up
everything.
with this before we close it up.
What was the meet and greet
Well,
like?
here's the thing. Here's the
talked shit about me?
thing. I had a press pass. This is the first time I've been inside the convention. So I went last year and just like did things around the convention. That was fun. Because there's plenty of stuff happening outside of the convention that you can go to that you don't have to
Mhm.
have a badge for.
Mhm.
But this time I was able to get a badge. We left a little too late on Thursday, so it took us 4 hours to get there, which normally it would take 2.5 hours.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was
Lots of
quite
traffic.
that was quite the ride. And then I went to that meetup. That was for Collider. That was
How was
fun.
it?
That was fun. It
Did
was
you
fun.
see fans?
I saw some people, had some pictures taken with people.
Were
I
they
was there.
All that
nice?
good stuff. Ben was there. He
I was
ordered me
there.
a sandwich because I thought I was gonna die before I got there.
She texted me. She's like, "My blood sugar is so low right now. I need food." And I was like, "We're at a table. We'll get you
Yeah.
food. Please
So
don't
that was
die."
very nice. That was very nice.
That was
of
really
them.
And we
sweet.
didn't pay for it.
That's true.
And then and so I wasn't able to like really go inside on Thursday night, but I went in on Friday and I got to see a panel. I saw Alicia Malone's panel about women on Twitter, film Twitter women, and I loved it. And Scott Mance was there and Rachel Cushing, and got to
Scott Mance.
walk around with Rachel Cushing for a bit.
Cool. Did she dress up as anything?
She did not. She had just a graphic tee,
Cool.
as you do.
Graphic tee.
And when my most anticipated thing to do when I was there was go to this place called Lolita's at the park, which is the best burrito I've ever had in my life.
Whoa.
It's a California burrito
Real jealous.
where they put like French fries in it, and it's
Wow.
just it's the best thing. That might be a
real
reason
good.
I go back next
That's
year,
real good.
maybe.
We'll go back next year. Did you have to get a ticket? Or no?
Well, I had one because I had a press pass,
Okay.
but we can put you on.
We'll need to. I feel like we've signed me up for it. I just haven't used it to get a ticket yet.
Okay, yeah, you're in the system.
Okay.
We'll have to. I
We'll
just
figure
have
it
to
out.
like make sure when I sign in that I like say how many people are in my group of media,
Okay.
if you
Cool.
will.
Okay.
If you will, and then maybe we'll make a video or something. Who knows?
Okay.
I don't know. So that's
We'll
it.
see. All right. That sounds
10K
fun.
for Ben. Yes.
10K
Thank
for
you,
Ben.
Randall.
10K for Ben.
I had a dream that I was on camera and then I woke up and I was disappointed.
I know. And it was just your hand.
Trust me, it's
No,
always
like I had I had an actual dream where I was like completely on camera. I think I was filling in for you actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
You will
wow.
never
Those are
fill in
such
for me.
dreams.
I know.
Such dreams. All right,
not gonna
ladies and
happen.
gentlemen, that is the end of our show today.
There you go.
I want to thank you for joining us. If you're in the chat right now, I'm going to thank you. The Dance Party, Elise McKenna, Mayank, Randall Sands,
Randall Sands.
Andrew Valdez. If you want to mention, you're going to have to put it in right now because I'm going through and I know this is on a delay.
the dance
so
party.
That's just
Did you see
going
that one?
to
Eric Monroe.
Monroe. Hey,
Ben isn't awesome, Eric. Stop lying. Don't inflate his giant head anymore.
See, Eric doesn't have to be in denial
Star
about it.
Drew.
Star
Good to see
Drew.
you.
like some
That
people.
rhymes. That rhymes. Clint Lajeunesse. Janine, Bryce.
Janine, what's up, baby?
Oh, we
Anyone
got to
seems
talk
again,
about what we're going to do. Oh, Ben McElroy. Hello.
Ben, hey, Ben.
We have to talk about what
Good
we're
name.
doing for our 100th episode because we're 10 weeks away.
Oh,
Alan.
I
Alan, I'd
don't-
say your last name, but I don't want to butcher it. So, hi, Alan.
Uslatin.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be it.
Maybe.
could be it.
Maybe. What are we
Mm.
going to do for our 100th episode?
I don't know. Give us some ideas, guys.
I don't know. I have no idea what we're supposed to.
Maybe just a party.
Maybe we just party and talk about like we don't have a plan. Maybe we have
Who
to play a
knows?
drinking game on camera.
I don't know if that's
Ooh.
good. Chris Emery, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
It-
we can play movie trivia, and when you lose, when you don't get the question right, you have to drink.
I don't want to
No?
be drunk in the afternoon. I got to pick up my kids.
Okay.
We'll have to
all
figure
right.
this out. Maybe this will be a nighttime
just
thing
wanna
where I
day drink.
send the kids away. Maybe we'll do a nighttime show.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Oh,
Maybe.
evening
Maybe.
show.
Fun.
Mm.
All right. Good thoughts, right, guys?
Mhm.
All right. Thank
Late
you all
lunch
for
show, like 10
joining us.
o'clock.
We will see you next time.
Bye bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.